You can always count on the VMAs to bring free things, the hottest names in music, at least one attention-grabbing stunt, and fashion choices that walk the fine line between iconic and unhinged. This is not the Met Gala, people. Nobody's here to be subtle or timeless. The VMAs are about showing up loud, flashy, and maybe a little tacky. Even without Lady Gaga's meat dress or Britney Spears showing up with a python, the VMAs red carpet is basically guaranteed chaos. This year, honestly, I was surprised. The looks leaned a lot more polished than expected, but don't get me wrong, we still got sheer gowns that left very little to the imagination, vintage looks pulled straight from the archives, and enough sparkle to blind half the front row. It was fun, it was risque, and it gave us plenty to argue about. So let's get into it. The best, the worst, and everything in between from the VMAs 2025 red carpet. Paris Hilton and the Blondes. Let's start strong with Paris Hilton. Look, she's an icon. She basically invented being famous for being famous. She's the OG Nepo baby. So she's earned the right to lean into camp. But this outfit was not it. The leather flames, stiff tights, and pumps gave a costumey vibe. This was giving ice skater recital, not sliving at the VMAs. And honestly, if there ever was a need for the Balenciaga pant boot, this was it. Verdict: Paris's outfit covered in flames is quite literally a hot mess. Zara Larsson. Zara Larsson went full naked dress, baby blue, bedazzled to the heavens, fringed, and floral. And yes, the craftsmanship was next level. Apparently those hibiscus flowers were hand-built, petal by petal. But here's the thing. It felt more like a stage costume than a red carpet gown. Pretty, absolutely. Appropriate, not so much. This delicate beachy look just didn't land a punch. Verdict: beautifully made, wrong time, wrong place. Rebecca Black. Rebecca leaned feral in an on-top lace skirt, oddly paired with a grey top, and to top it all, shoes that looked like hooves straight out of a fantasy movie. Let's give her some credit, she went for originality. But the execution read less avant-garde and more Narnia fan art. The spirit of the wilderness was there, sure, but the glamour wasn't. Verdict: ambition points, but the hoof shoes doomed it. Ariana Grande in Fendi. After months of wicked cosplay, Ariana showed up in a Fendi look that could best be described as luxury bridesmaids. Whimsical and cute, yes, but this is the VMAs, where we expect impact, not prettiness. This felt like something you'd wear to a summer wedding in Lake Como, not the most chaotic red carpet of the year. Verdict: adorable, but not VMA level. Tate McRae. Tate McRae doubled down on the sheer trend in a white silk chiffon gown that apparently took 134 hours to make. Impressive, and on her it floated beautifully. But strip away the craftsmanship, and it was just another lingerie-inspired sheer dress. It just wasn't enough, and it faded into the background. Verdict: pretty but forgettable in the bigger picture. Ice Spice. Ice Spice pulled from the Ralph Lauren Spring 2003 archive, which is always exciting. I love when celebs bring out vintage. But unfortunately, it just looked really uncomfortable. The corset was so tight, can you see? It looked painful, and the patchwork skirt gave more picnic blanket than stylish. Verdict: the glam slayed, but the fit betrayed. Summer Walker. Moving on to a vintage-inspired look, Summer Walker paid homage to Pamela Anderson's 1999 VMAs look, which, to be fair, is an iconic choice. The problem is, Pamela already did it, and she'll forever be remembered for it. On Summer, the outfit looked really cute. I love white and turquoise on her, but it wasn't original enough to make an impact. Verdict: fun tribute, but not a standout. Tyla. Tyla showed up in a body-hugging mini dress, which was, in fact, a vintage Chanel top first worn on the catwalk by Claudia Schiffer in 1993. This reimagining of archival fashion worked really well. She's sexy, playful, but still glamorous, especially with bold accessories complementing the style. Verdict: nostalgia with a twist. Conan Gray. Conan Gray never plays it safe, and this time he dragged half a shipyard onto the carpet. His Eric Charlotte creation, corset, puff sleeves, sailor hat, and a ruffled denim skirt, weighed apparently 30 pounds, but he wore it like it was light as chiffon. It was gender fluid, theatrical, and fully ridiculous. The VMAs thrive on spectacle, and Conan gave us a full Broadway number in one outfit. Verdict: bonkers but glorious. Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina showed up with her signature bouncy blonde curls, but broke away from her usual corsets and strapless gowns, opting instead for a high-necked, long-sleeved, floor-length Valentino red gown. Strategic beadwork and sheer fabric gave flashes of skin, while the lilac feather boa added playfulness to this otherwise glamorous look. Overall, it was smart, elevated, and confident, a calculated move from someone fresh off multiple VMA wins. Verdict: glam pop star realness with just enough camp. Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin put the deep V in MTV with this ballroom-inspired outfit. I love the loose mint shirt paired with wide-leg trousers, and the detail of the double layering of necklaces and emerald green stone sparkling on his chest was chef's kiss. He's been in the business for such a long time, more than 40 years, so he knows to give the public exactly what they want to see from Ricky Martin, which is laid back, sleek, and sexy. Verdict: best male look of the evening. Men, please take notice and let's leave the ankle-grazing skinny jeans back in 2016 where they belong. Ciara and Schiaparelli. Ciara proved you don't need to go over the top to slay. She arrived in a sleek red Schiaparelli mini dress with a sporty edge, paired with mirrored Gianvito Rossi heels. It's a chic outfit, wearable but still very cool, a perfect middle ground between glamour and streetwear. Verdict: my pick for coolest wearable look. FKA Twigs. And finally we have FKA Twigs arriving like a cyborg vision in blood red. The styling ticked several 2025-2026 trends, from the lined lips and barely there bleached brows to hair as an accessory. Her braided hair is styled to mimic over-ear headphones, cornrows morphed into spikes, with jack cable braids trailing down her shoulders. Also, I can't get over the texture of her outfit. It looked like a mix between snakeskin and papier-mâché. The bandeau top, padded shoulders, and platform Louboutins, the whole look almost blurred the line between fashion and performance art. Verdict: best of the night. Weird, hot, futuristic, exactly what VMA's fashion should be about. And that wraps up the red carpet of the 2025 VMAs. Some looks crashed and burned, some faded into the background, and some, the best ones, reminded us why this is the most unpredictable red carpet in music. But now I want to know what you think. Who nailed it, who flopped, and who deserves the crown for the best look of the night? Drop your hot takes in the comments, and if you want more fashion breakdowns, hit the subscribe button, because there are plenty more red carpets to roast.